9.7 is probability and finding the probabilities of certain events. Okay, in any type of probability, you always want to divide more likely than not. You're going to take your sample space, it goes on the bottom, and the event goes on top. So example 2, you toss 2 coins. What is the probability that they both land heads up? So they could both be heads up. I could have heads tails, I could have tails heads, or I could have tails tails. So I have 4 options in my sample space. Only one of them has heads both times. So 1/4 is my probability. You draw 1 card at random from a standard deck of playing cards. What is the probability that it is an ace? There are 52 cards in a deck, 4 aces. 4 over 52 is 1 over 13. You toss 2 6-sided dice. What is the probability that the total of the 2 dice is 7? So if I toss all the dice, I match them up with what would make 7. So in order to get your sample space, I toss the dice 6 times 6, which is 36. I have 6 options for the first roll, 6 options for the second roll. That makes 36. How many options add up to 7? 6 of them. So 6 over 36 is 1/6.
Now you done?
Example 5. The following figure shows the numbers of colleges and universities in various regions of the United States. What is the probability that an institution selected is one of the 3 southern regions? So I added up the southern regions. Those are the numbers that go on top. When I add everybody up, that is my sample space, and this is the probability of picking a southern region. In Arizona's The Pit Game, a player chooses 6 different numbers from 1 to 44. So I have a combination of 44 and 6. These 6 numbers match the 6 numbers drawn by the Lottery Commission, then the player wins the top prize. What is the probability of winning the top prize when the player buys 1 ticket? So I put 44 on top. 44 minus 6 is 38, and a 6 also goes on the bottom. So same thing as the last lesson. I'm going to go all the way down to 1 on top, except I can stop at 39 because 38 is going to go all the way down to 1, and it will cancel with the numbers on top. And then 6 goes on the bottom. So your chances of winning the lottery are 1 out of that number. Example 7, you draw 1 card at random from a standard deck of 52 playing cards. What is the probability that the card is either a heart or a face card? Okay, 4 suits in a deck. So 13 hearts, 13 clubs, 13 spades, 13 diamonds. So I want to draw a heart. So I have 13 out of the 52 are hearts. Face card, there's a king, queen, and jack in every suit. There are 4 suits. So that makes 12 face cards. Now, you could have a heart card that is also a face card. So there are 3 of those. So if I add up, I have 13 hearts, 12 face cards, minus the ones that are both hearts and face cards gives me this number. If you have questions about decks of cards, feel free to call me and I'll help you out. Okay, example 8. The Human Resources Department of a company has compiled data showing the number of years of service for each employee. Letter A, what is the probability that an employee has 4 or fewer years? So there are 157 out of our total of 529, so that is my probability. Same thing on B, 9 or fewer years, so I would add this up, which makes 246 out of my total. A random number generator on a computer selects 3 integers from 1 to 20. What is the probability that all 3 are less than or equal to 5? So how many numbers are less than 5 all the way to 20? 5 out of 20, which is a 4th. You want 3 numbers to be that, so I have to do 1/4 3 times, which is 1 over 64. In 2012, 27% of the population got their news from mobile devices. In a survey, researchers selected 10 people from the population. What is the probability that all 10 got their news from mobile devices? So my probability is 27%. 10 times gives me that probability.